having like depressing episodes during these seasons, you know? Like, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna start my family at 18. Hell no. I don't even know if I want to have children. No. If we're not married, no. Stop putting your children down. Or your... She was like, what did he say? If I have something going on, the person I'm talking to is God. I said I was gonna go back to the gym. Ask me if I said foot in the gym. Out of all people, Jamie is the one you want to kill? Like, I'm not answering. Learn fucking manners. Like, that's not how you approach a conversation. I'm not interested in talking, leave me alone. Mentally, more and more, I fall in love with the woman that I am today. I don't know if I said that before, but I'm not going to therapy anymore. Actually, I stopped going to therapy. I actually just stopped because we're gonna get into some things. So I actually stopped going to therapy back in like around Easter. I don't know when. Hey Google, when is Easter of 2023?
Easter was on Sunday, April 9th.
So around April and the month before March. So around March, April, I stopped therapy. My therapist was out of the country. He was on vacation, and I think I had something as well. So I wasn't as available than I was before. And when basically we had our how you call that, our meeting, I decided to not attend the meeting. I pushed it back at first, and then I really just like stopped. And I stopped because I really was just like, I didn't want to go to therapy anymore because I didn't feel like it helped me anymore. Especially it just was not working. I was never someone to tell people my personal business and how I truly feel and all my like personal feelings. I just don't talk, like, especially to a stranger. I have tried therapy multiple times before. Not multiple times, but I've tried twice if I'm not mistaken. I tried one in high school, then I tried another one. It worked with her, and I think this one's the third one. The first therapist that I ever had in high school, I was talking to her about a situation that was happening in that period, when I felt really just misunderstood, and the girl told me I was selfish. My therapist. And if I tell y'all this, what actually happened, what I was talking to her about, I don't think you, like, I understand from a point of view where she can see that as, but if you see it from my point of view, you would understand why, the way that I feel, and you, like, you wouldn't call me selfish ever in your life. You would, because I was right about the way that I was feeling. The situation is like, okay, this person deserves happiness as well, and I'm not taking away that the person deserves happiness, but I'm just saying the way that that person is doing it is harming me, and she's harming herself as well. Anyways, and then after I had one around college, I had a therapist, but that was more for my social anxiety, because I had really bad social anxiety. Like, if I was late to like my college classes, if I was not the first one to be in a class sitting down, I would not go, because I didn't want to walk in front of people to find a seat. I didn't want to be looking for seats. Like, it was bad. It was so bad. Like, I had public anxiety about like oral presentations. I would literally prefer not to do it, and like fell in that category than doing it. Like, it was really bad. And then I went to therapy for that. It really helped me, to be honest. Now I don't have, if I have it, it's rare and it's not as much, like it's like a little bit, but then I get over it. But I used to have really bad social anxiety. Like I didn't like to get up. Like if I missed, like I would miss my bus stop just because if there was a whole bunch of people and I didn't want to get up. Like it was crazy. But that, though it was dealt with, she was super nice. And then the one that I had now, at first it was really helping, but then after a while it just, I don't know, it wasn't helping anymore. Is it cute? I don't know, because I was thinking about doing the cadet, which is like a white kind of like a really light champagne, but I don't know, do I want to do the cadet? Do I want to do something with a little green in the middle? I think I'm just gonna go ahead with the more white champagne, because yeah, I'm gonna try this one. Anywho, so then you have my therapist that I had now. At first it was working, it was all peachy, and I told him a lot of things, and I told my sister that recently. I didn't realize that it was fucked up until like I told my little sister, and she was like, what did he say? And then I was like, exactly. And I was like, okay, I'm not crazy, it does not make any sense. Not to bash him or anything, because he was actually, okay, listen, the thing is, he was a work, you know what, fuck it, not this one. He was a work therapist. So basically he was a therapist that I got from work. So basically my old job, you can have services like that. So you can have access to therapists, you can have access to all type of medical stuff. So I got access to him, but they do short term. So they do max to 12 months. The maximum that you can do with them is 12 months. Or it's like a 6 months type of thing. So yeah, so I was talking to him, and at first the first the first meeting that you have, you basically tell them a bit what you need. You give them a brief summary. You gave them a brief summary, I guess, of what's happening, what's going on right now, that you decided that you needed therapy, right? And so that's exactly what I did. So I told him basically what was going on, and he wanted a bit more information. So I went into deep about everything, so my childhood and stuff like that. So everything. And he told me, I didn't think anything of it at first. I was like, okay, I think it was weird, but after I was like, okay, we'll try his method. Maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. But he told me basically the past is the past, so we can't change anything about it, so we're not going to focus on it. We're just going to focus on what's going on in the future right now, in the present, and what's going, and how we can better basically the future. So I was like, okay, interesting. So I was like, perfect. At first I thought it was weird, because I'll explain after, but I thought it was weird. But I went along, and in some aspect it did help. Like I did feel better at some point, and I felt really excited about the future and yada yada yada. But then after a while, it was like, no, like it didn't work. Like it was not working. Okay, so I think this is it for that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my face now, and after I'll put my mascara and stuff like that. But yeah, so at first I was like, okay, so we'll try like that. And basically we were talking, and then it wasn't working anymore. I didn't feel like he understood me. And then when I like, there's times that it's like he would try to give me like what he was telling me didn't make sense anymore, and what I was trying to talk to him about, I feel like he didn't understand, or he didn't want to touch base on certain stuff. We were passing so fast on certain subject that needed more time, and basically that not just needed more time, but you need the history of that to basically fix it. I didn't really want to go anymore, because like I have the tools now for things to go better, but there's things from the past that has not healed. So we need to go to the past, okay? So that's why I was like, yeah. So I told that to my sister, and she was like, what yeah, she wasn't happy about that. Let's say you have a bad weed. You have a bad weed in your garden, whatever, that is growing, right? So if you go ahead and you cut the weed, perfect, like for now it's gone, but it's gonna grow back because the roots are still there. You have to remove the roots if you don't want it to grow again. You know what I mean? Same thing for a plant, whatever. If you want something to either heal or to remove something, you have to attack it from the roots. So, you know, same thing for your hair. If your hair has damage, of course, to heal the outside, it's like you can use product, whatever, but at the end of the day, the hair that's outside is basically dead. So you have to feed the root of your head. You have to feed, you know, your scalp and stuff like that. You have to be healthy on the inside, so when it grows out, it's pretty on the outside. So anywho, so we have to go back to the history, and we have to go back to where it started. And I guess he wasn't trying to do that for real, so I didn't really feel like talking anymore because I know what I have to do now. The problem is not knowing or what not knowing. I know stuff is not true. I know if I say like, oh, I'm so ugly, I know it's not true. I know it's not true because I be looking at myself, I be taking a whole bunch of pictures, and I'm just like, damn, you look so good. So I know it's not true, but this comes from somewhere, and we have to go back there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I guess he didn't really understand that, so it is what it is. So I was like, okay. So I didn't really have anything to say anymore at my meetings, but I was still talking a bit. I was still crying my little cries because at the end of the day, I was still going through a couple of stuff. It came to a point where even if I say I want to, like I say, I want to be like this, or I want to do that, or it's like, okay, but so like basically like, aren't we done, you know? So yeah, so at one point I was just kind of like, I didn't feel like it was fruitful anymore, so I decided to stop going. And I didn't really tell anyone that I stopped going, like the people that knew that I was going, because I just didn't. And I'm not interested neither in seeing anyone else, because I'm kind of tired of like talking about things that to me are, one, really personal, really private, and which touches my soul in a different way, and for someone to be dismissed by someone else in a way. So I'm not interested in going to therapy anymore, not at all. And that's why I seek the God, the Almighty of Almighty. That's why now, if I have something going on, the person I'm talking to is God, okay? Period, okay? It's between me and God, and we'll figure it out. I don't want to have this discussion with any and everybody, like, about my past and stuff like that, or what keeps me up at night, or what stops me from doing. Ooh, okay. I look a little crazy, but it's okay. But what stops me from whatever, you know? And then I was looking at this episode of, was it The Breakfast Club? The Breakfast Club with the 85 South Show. So if you don't know, 85 South Show is DC Young Fly, Chico Bean, and Carlos Miller, where they're like a group of comedians. And basically, I've been following them for a long time. Anywho, and if you didn't know, DC Young Fly, which is basically, he's pretty young. He's like, I think he's in his 30s now. But the mother of his children passed away recently. He basically has, I think he has 3 kids now, if I'm not mistaken. 2 or 3. I think he has 3, but I'm not sure. And people are like, wants to see him cry, wants to know how he's doing and stuff. And I guess that he's been asked a lot, especially as a public person, and especially the way that she passed. So I was looking at the episode of the Breakfast Club, and he said something. First of all, that the whole episode was something that I did not know that this episode was needed. It was so needed. Like, he takes you to, like, it just, I would listen to it again and again and again because it's so powerful as an episode. I felt I really loved it. Like, if you're going through hard times, grief, just hard time, just whoever can benefit from this episode, to be completely honest. Like, whoever can really benefit from this episode, in my opinion. I really did, and I loved the episode. But yeah, so he was talking about stuff, and then he talked really quickly about therapy and how people like to talk to someone. He was like I'm not the type to do stuff like that, because like I'm not about to have a stranger like talk to me about my life and stuff like that. So, and I really understand him, because I'm like that too. Like, I've tried it, but I realized I don't like to open up like that. I don't like to open up to people like that and talk about my personal stuff like that, like my personal things like that, because yeah, I don't know you. I do not know you. It takes time for me to open up to a person, okay? It really does. And like, I'm not about to have you talk to me any kind of way or talk about my situation in any kind of way. Like, nah. When I was listening to the show, it really confirmed into me that, yeah, like, it's not for everyone, and it's okay, basically. It's okay that it's not for everyone, and it's okay if it's not for you. You just have to find what is for you, because we do need someone, or we need to let shit out, and we need to figure it out. For me, it's now God, but like, you need to figure out something at the end of the day. And it's okay if you don't figure it out now, but you have to make the time to figure it out, because or else you'll break. Your mind will bend. Like, it's okay if therapy is not for you, it's fine. But seek God, you know what I mean? So I'm not in therapy anymore, and I'm pretty fine with it, to be honest. I'm really good with that. I'm not feeling any type of different about it. It's not for me. It's not for me. I tried it. I gave it a shot. It's not working. Maybe I'll revisit that idea, but for now, and I don't think it's gonna change, but we'll see. We never know what's in store. But for now, it's not like, I'm good. Oh, true. Forgot. And here, I've been doing makeup so differently, and I love it. I haven't done like a proper eyeshadow in a little minute now. I've been wanting to go to the library so bad. Like, do people actually still go to the library? Do people still go to the library? Like, do y'all still go get books, or like just sit there and do work? Because I know back then it was a thing. I actually want to go. There's one close to my house, and sometimes it feels like when I'm working here or when I'm editing here, it's like, it's cool, you know, I'm in my stuff. But sometimes you just want to have a different area and be surrounded with other people that is also working. So I don't know, but I've been thinking about going over there. It's just I don't really know how it works. Someone told me you didn't have to like have a card or anything. You can just, like, if you want to borrow books, yes, you need a card, but if you're not borrowing books, you don't need one. So that's cool. So I was like, oh, I want to try to go. Yeah, I feel like it would be good, because I do have, like, I live close to a Starbucks. I live close to a place where I could just go and work at, but I don't know, it feels like it's different if it's like a library. I feel like nobody's clocking you in a library, you know? I feel like if you go to a Starbucks, you kind of have to buy something. You can't just be there for hours, you know. At a library, I feel like you can do that. Like, it's just, you know, stuff like that. I said I was gonna go back to the gym. Ask me if I set foot in the gym. I said I was gonna go back. I bought clothes to go back and didn't go back at all. The one that I want to go, people that are 23 and younger, I guess, 18 to 23, if I'm not mistaken, for that specific plan, you have like money off of your membership. I'm 22. I'm turning 24 in a couple of months, so I need to register. Like, I actually need to register, because if I can get some money off, you know. But the thing is, I don't want to. It happened so many times for me to like get memberships on like a gym, and then just not go. Like, go once a blue moon. Like, no. If I take a membership, I want to be able to. I want to go. Like, I actually want to like go and spend a lot of time over there. Like, cause then it's a waste of money, and I don't have money to waste. So if I do it, I need to actually go. Like, I can't be out here just spending money like that. Like, no. I remember one time when I was living with my dad, beginning of like when I'm switch school. So when I switched high school, I was 2 years into high school when I moved, I guess. I think. Yeah. Anywho, my dad is my father is a gym rat. Well, I don't know if he still is, but he used to be a gym rat. So yeah, he was a gym rat. So when I got there, I definitely was not as big as I was today. He would take me to the gym 5 times a week. Religiously, after supper, we would go to the gym together, and I would do like warm up, then I would do cardio, then I would do like weights. So I would do 15 minutes of warm up, 30 minutes of cardio, and then a good like 20 minutes of like weights, and then after I would do stretching for like 10 minutes. So this was my gym routine with my father. 4 or 5 times a week. And also the nutrition over there was completely different. So I lost, my highest over there was probably, like I said, 220, and I went down to 290, 291 probably, 191, sorry. I went down to like 191, and then we just started beefing. So we just started beefing, and I stopped going at one point, and just mess. The feeling that I had, it was always like I didn't want to go. I was just like, oh, I don't want to be here, and like, oh, I don't want to go. And then I would go, and I would get into it. I was feeling indifferent about it, like, okay, I'm here, so let me just do the thing. And when I came out the gym all the time, I felt amazing. Like I felt like I accomplished something. It felt great. It was the best feeling ever. And I know that it's probably gonna be the same thing if I actually put my back into it. It's just I have to go pack, because when my father is like, I didn't want to go, but I didn't have a choice. You know, it was like, you're going, like I don't care if you don't want to go, you're going. And I was just like, it's up to me to be like, girl, you're going. Like I don't care if you don't want to go, you're going. So it's a whole different situation, you know. And it's like, it's you that's on your butt telling you like, okay, we gotta do this. That's all. I really hope I have the guts to post what I was talking about today, because I was talking about lately. I have been a bit on a crisis with my channel. Not on a crisis, but I just have been really like, I don't know what's going on. I don't really know what I want to post. I don't know what I want my channel to be about. I just don't know. I don't know. I like a whole bunch of stuff. I would like to show a bunch of things, but it's just like, what do I like the most? I don't know. I don't really know like that. I don't know. I've been really doubtful about my channel lately, and I felt like it wasn't like that when I first started. It's like when I first started, I would just do whatever that I wanted to do, and it just worked perfectly fine, and I was happy when I first started my channel here. There's too much of what should you do, what shouldn't you do, it's like, but I don't want to do like the stuff that I should do. I want to do some of the things that I shouldn't do, and it's like, I don't know. It's been really on my head, like in my head, on my mind lately. I'm actually surprised with this palette. Like, it's actually really, really good. And the pigment shows, like, it shows good. Mine here. I've been wanting to watch Harry Potter for months on months now, and lately my craving of watching Harry Potter has become bigger and bigger. And I just, last week, I think I just watched Fantastic Beasts: The Return or The Secret of Dumbledore, something like that. And it was so good, and it just gave me more envy to watch Harry Potter. But Harry Potter is on literally no subscription. Like, you have to buy it or you have to rent it. You cannot watch it with a subscription. And why would y'all do that? Like, no. So now I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy the whole collection. F it. But who buys the collection online? Like, I feel like it's weird. Like, you have to buy it like as a CD. Like, how can I buy the whole collection online? I don't know. I think it's just, I don't know how it works. But I've been dying to, like, I want to watch Harry Potter. Like, I really, really want to watch Harry Potter. But I can't. Like, why would y'all do that? Why would you not have it with no subscription at all? Like, not with Prime, not with Disney, not with nothing. Like, why? I want to watch it. And I've been trying to find it on those websites. I can't and I can't find it. Top Boy, a new season of Top Boy came out. And I watched one episode. I'm trying to calm down because I was watching it, like, I'm the type of person I can binge watch a series, but I want to take my time with my episodes now. So I watched one episode yesterday. I might watch one today or tomorrow or maybe in 2 weeks. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm trying to slow down, and especially Top Boy. Like, after they killed Jamie, I was like, oh my gosh, why would you even do that? Like, if you were hated, just say that. like for real, like, out of all people, Jamie is the one you want to kill. Like, jeez Louise, you didn't have to do that. Let me just go ahead and set my face real quick. This is broken and I refuse to go buy another one for some reason. I don't know, it can still work, like, you know. And I do believe there's like 1 or 2 in the house that I could just switch it and use instead, but no. I refuse. I felt like my lashes got a bit longer. I was looking at them the other day and I was like, ooh. My mom can put mascara on her eyes without even looking in the mirror, and it scares me because every time she does that, I'm like, girl, you gotta poke an eye out. Is it my mom? My mom and my cousin, I think. I don't understand that. Like how? I would be like, nah, hell no. I could not. And they put it well too. And it looks pretty. It's not janky or nothing. It's actually pretty. And I'm just like, how? Did not like put it in their eyes, nothing. I'm just like, I couldn't. I can't do that. I was trying to. I boosted one of my posts on Instagram. I actually said I wanted it to reach about 800 to 1,000 and something people from the US or from Toronto, age 18 to 54, I think 44, 18 to 44, women and men, right? I don't know if I could choose if it was only women or only men. I don't know, I don't remember, but I know I said women and men. That's what I remember. I'll have to see if I can choose. And I did that, and it boosted my post, for real it did. But now the only thing I have on my thing is a whole bunch of men talking about how are you doing. I'm not answering. I'm not answering because what? Like a whole bunch, like, I did not think it would, I don't know, I didn't think it would be like that. Now it's like a whole bunch of men talking about some how are you doing, hey, sexy. First of all, who raised you that you think you can call somebody sexy? No. Must be out your freaking mind. Learn fucking manners. Like, who are you calling sexy? Are you out of your mind? It's not a compliment. Like, it's not a, like, I don't know you. You know what I mean? It's not a compliment. And even then, that's not how you approach a conversation. I had this switch of how I view people approaching me and talking to me. I had this switch, and then this hey sexy and just like and don't talk to me. I didn't respond to anybody. Even one, they had a really good type of like shoot your shot. But it was too much at the one point. Like, yeah, it was sweet. It was not sweet. I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. I think it was a little, I don't know. It was a lot. Just people now, I view them a bit differently. And this hey sexy one, he did a whole thing, and I was like, okay, you put some effort to it, like, oh cute. But then after I was like, did you copy paste this shit? Because I don't know, it was just a lot. It was a lot. And I was just like, I'm not interested. I'm really sorry, I'm not. I don't want to talk to anybody. Just leave me alone. Like, I'm not interested in talking. Leave me alone. So I didn't answer to anybody, but it's just crazy. Like, my DMs are full of like, how are you doing? Hey, beautiful, and a whole bunch of shit. And I'm just like, I took that ad down. No, I was like, you know what? Never mind. Because I decided to use the boost promotion feature for me to get more of like my audience and just a bit more people that resemble me and stuff like that, just to for Instagram to push my things, just for Instagram to push my like content or my profile out there a bit, so I can get like recognized, not recognized, but get more exposure. And the message that I'm getting is like, it's not it. So I took it down. I only used it for 2 days. I'm at a point in my life I love the woman that I am today. Like, I love, like, mentally, more and more, I fall in love with the woman that I am today. I showed my mom a picture of me, and I was like, I'm so proud of myself. Like, this is the woman that when I was younger, I would love to have followed. Like, of course, I'm not perfect, but I've come a long, long way from where I was before. And I am so proud of the woman I am today. You can't really play with me the way that you could play with me before. I don't know, but it's just I mean, the self-love that I have for me now and the self-respect that I've built for myself now as well is just a whole lot of stuff that sometimes I'm just like, I am my own role model. Like, not to sound weird or anything or nothing like that, it's just I wouldn't want to be anybody else than myself, and I wouldn't want to follow anybody else than the person that I am today. It's just growing to yourself and realizing that, damn, this is who I want to be, and then just realizing the progress that you've done as a person or as an adult. It's kind of like it feels good. It's like we made it, you know, like pat on the back. You did good. You did good, girl. So it's just that sometimes I'm just like realizing, I'm like, this is exactly who I was wishing for when I was a kid. Well, not totally exactly, like I said, I still have a lot of work to do. There is still a lot of things that I want to work on, but so far I'm pleased with the person that I see today. So this is the end of this video. So I really hope you enjoyed the little chit chat. Get ready with me. So I'm gonna go and do what I gotta do, and I will see you in my next video, which is coming pretty soon. Bye, y'all.